Okay, this morning we're glad to be joined in studio by Mr. Joel Lemire. Good morning, Joel.
Good morning, Greg.
How's it going?
It's going good. I wish this drizzle would turn into some serious rain, but anything that's wet we'll take.
Right, yeah, I agree. So Joel is Foster County Agent, Extension Service. Thanks, Joel, for joining us. Also, Dion Schaff is joining us this morning, District Manager for the Foster County Soil Conservation District. Dion, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you, too.
All right. Thanks, Dion, again for joining us. Joel, we're going to start things off with you this morning. You want to talk about some garden forums coming up, right?
Yes. For the second consecutive year, NDSU Extension Service is providing what they call Spring Fever Garden Forums. It's evening programs April 4th, 11th, 18th, and 25th, covering a wide variety of topics related to gardening and home garden care and tree care and so forth. We had our first session this past Monday evening out at the fairgrounds. Actually ran from about 6:30 to about 9:15, a little bit longer than we wanted to, but we had a pretty active group. We had 20 residents show up for that, so we're very happy with that turnout. The topics that were covered: growing a green lawn, growing blackberries in North Dakota, pruning, where to cut and why. And then afterwards, we had a little hands-on activity where the participants were given some tomato and pepper seeds and soil and so forth, and we actually planted some potential bedding plants. And there's also some freebies involved. The participants got to take home some new pumpkin variety seeds and some new squash seeds. So for those 20 that showed up, they got a chance to participate and do a lot of things. The next program is Monday, April 11th, this coming Monday. Topic areas, once again, we start at 6:30 each evening. Topic areas, new plans for 2016. Zirconia aronia, is this sparkle real? Transplanting trees and shrubs. And then our activity for that evening will be an update on growing potatoes in North Dakota. And there'll be some free samples of some popular North Dakota potato cultivars. So if you're interested in that, you're sure welcome to attend. On the 18th, same thing. We start at 6:30 in the evening at the fairgrounds. Topics that evening: amazing annuals, caring for your garden soil, growing grapes in North Dakota. And the activity for that evening is growing gladiolus, learning how to grow beautiful gladiolus. A free sample will be provided once again. And the final session is Monday, April 25th. Small trees for small landscapes is the leading topic for that evening. Pollinator gardens, top vegetable cultivars for North Dakota. And then the activity for that evening is growing microgreens. So, quite a variety of topics related to horticulture and gardening and grape growing and blackberry growing and tree care and lawn care, so on and so forth. So it's a free program, open to the public. We meet at the Carrington Activity Center out at the fairgrounds. The program is scheduled from 6:30 to 8:45, but like I said, the other evening with the activity, we ran a little bit long, but that was okay.
Now, if you missed this last Monday here, you can still go,
you can
right?
come in anytime.
Yeah.
If just one evening that works for you, fine.
Okay.
If you want to come in just for one or two particular topics during the evening, that's fine as well. It's wide open to the public. No charge. We did have some coffee and cookies last Monday night, and we'll try to do that each Monday night. So,
Okay.
a little snack.
Want people to register if possible, though, guys.
We're okay. Those that registered the first night are set, and anybody that wants to come in from now don't necessarily need to register. Just walk on in, and we'll take care of them.
It's about 6:30 or so every Monday night in April.
Next 3 Monday nights yet.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Joel. Anything else this morning?
I just want to put a plug in for the Carrington Garden Club.
Yep.
The Chamber of Commerce has worked with a group of people to revitalize the Carrington Garden Club that has kind of faded away over the past couple decades. And I was talking to Dennis Swanson the other night at the Spring Fever meeting, and he said we're up to 40 new members.
Wow.
So that club is really growing quick, a lot of interest in it, and we just started working on it in January. So if anybody's interested in the Carrington Garden Club, wants to know what's going on, visit with Lori Dietz at the Chamber office, and Lori can fill you in on what's going on, what you're doing, what the membership fees are, and that type of thing.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures on the Carrington signs, north and south of Carrington there, taking out the bushes there, right?
Yep, they're cleaning up the entry signs and going to do some replanting of the entry signs that come into Carrington, those big Carrington entry signs. They're working on a project to put hanging baskets on Main Street and some of the main locales in the city. And they're also working on a plan to take care of provide the plants and so forth for the new roundabout when it's completed, because there'll be that central circle area in the roundabout that what should be nice to do is vegetation or flowers or something growing in there. And we're actually working with the Department of Transportation to take on that project.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, Joel. We appreciate you stopping in. Dion, you got some announcements this morning, right?
A whole slew of them, actually. First off, I am looking for tree crew. The work looks like it's going to start early this year, maybe even before the end of the month. And I'm going to need at least 1 or 2 people on the tree crew to help plant trees, put on the weed barrier fabric and tree tubes. So the schedule's really variable. Depends a lot on the weather and the ground conditions, but assume it's part-time. And if anybody's interested, please contact our office and we'll get an application to you right away.
Okay.
So really need some help, folks. So if anybody's interested, please let me know.
Yeah.
2 things, well, actually 2 programs I want to talk about for tree applications. Obviously, it's too late for doing anything for 2016, but the applications are already out for 2017. And for these 2 programs that are not NRCS, they're both due middle of the summer here. So the first one is the North Dakota Conservation Districts have a tree planting initiative from the Outdoor Heritage Fund, and the applications for that have just come available. So I'll try to get a link on the district website in the next day or 2, or folks can come into the office to pick one up. That program provides a 60% match on costs for tree planting, weed barrier fabric, and for tree tubes if needed, up to a maximum of $25,000. The minimum request for that program is $1,800, so smaller plantings might not qualify. Shelter belt purposes can include erosion prevention, water quality, farmstead plantings, and wildlife. I should mention that plantings for wildlife will receive a higher score because that's the way the Outdoor Heritage Fund has it set up. The application deadline for plantings in spring of 2017 is July 15th of this year. So as always, the application must include a plan that meets NRCS specifications. So in order to make that deadline, you have to come in time for us to do the planning and possibly go check your soil. So keep in mind, we have to get it before July 15th. The other one that's out there that's a non-NRCS program is the North Dakota Forest Service Shelter Belt Renovation Program. That one's still available. And the process for that program begins by doing the online pre-application questionnaire on the North Dakota Forest Service website. The next pool for those has a deadline of August 15th. And again, if you need any assistance, please feel free to come into our office and we'll give you a hand with it.
Okay.
An event that's coming up is Stewardship Week, which is April 24th to May 1st. That's the last Sunday in April to the first Sunday in May. This is an annual event. The theme for this year is We All Need Trees. It's highlighting the many benefits and services provided to us all by trees. Besides the obvious advantages of shade and wood products and fruit, they also help to build and maintain healthy soil, and they provide clean air and water, wildlife habitat, fuel, and for some people, jobs. So we often don't realize just how they provide so many benefits and products that we use every day. This year, the district will again be providing Stewardship Week materials as requested to local schools and churches. So please keep an eye out for that, and hopefully that's something that your organization is participating in.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else this morning, Dion?
If we have time, just
Yep,
two
a
other
little bit of
things. We have ordered a book. It's called Dirt, the Erosion of Civilizations, and it's what it sounds like. It's about the effects of erosion. That's available either at the Carrington Library or you can check it out from our SCD office. And I want to make sure folks know that the manure spreader is available again this year. It's a 420 bushel with vertical beaters. Folks who've used it say it works very well, makes a very nice even spread. It does require a minimum of a 120 horsepower tractor with a 100 RPM PTO, but the district has shafts for either 1 3/8 or 1 3/4 inch PTOs. And the charge for that is $300 per day, but that would include soil and manure testing if you want, and if you give us enough notice to get it in and get the results back before you use it.
Okay, awesome. And how do we, your numbers, give us your numbers and everything?
Phone number is 652-2551, extension 3, and our website is fosterscd.org.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thanks so much, you guys, for stopping in. We appreciate it. This morning, we're glad to be joined by Joel Lemire, Foster County Agent and Extension Service. Also, Dion Schaff, District Manager for the Foster County Soil Conservation District. And that concludes another edition of Here's What's Happening on KDAK.